So the project Activate 2025. One of my mentors said something very profound. He said, the best time to prepare for war is not in the time of war. The best time to prepare for war is in the time of peace. The best time to prepare for 2025 is not when we enter into 2025. The best time to prepare for 2025 is when we are still in 2024. And that's exactly what we are doing tonight. And more reasons why I need each and everybody to pay close attention. Now, what do we mean by Project Activate? Project Activate is one project that is going to be giving birth to a lot of possibilities for people in their finances. Project Activate is that project that is going to make a lot of people's hope to come alive again. Project Activate is literally the pathway to financial freedom. So if you are listening to me right now, permit me to use this privilege to congratulate you in advance, because if you are here and you are running this project Activate with us, there is no how your finances will not feel it. Now, let's proceed. Now, what does it mean to activate? From the word activate, you can tell that it is something that to make something active. Maybe that stuff has not been in motion for quite a number of time. Maybe that stuff has not been in motion for a season. It's just dormant. So when you say activate the process, that means to bring back alive, to make active, to cause activity to begin to happen. It can also mean to start a function or action. So that means whatever it is that has actually laid dormant in your business, as a result of this project Activate, it is going to come back alive. It is to trigger a reaction of activity. The activity that you have missed for so long, the activities that you have not been experiencing in your business for so long, the project Activate is going to revive it and put it on a pedestal of a non-stop phase where growth is concerned. Now, about Project Activate. Yes, so one of the best things you will do to yourself is to actually pay attention, then screenshot as many detailed stuff as you can, because after this section, I'll try my possible best to make sure, yes, it's live on our YouTube channel, because I need each and everyone to go back to it so that you can understand the nitty-gritty of what we are doing in 2025. A lot of us are going to be making so much noise about this project, such that there is nobody in your vicinity, environment, everywhere that will not know about this project. Because if the goal is to actually create financial freedom for a lot of people, then we cannot afford to keep quiet about this kind of project. It is a project that is born out of intentionality. It is a project that is born out of the hunger and desire to see people live life on their own terms. It is a project that is born out of the desire to help people to become financially independent and financially free. Now, the project is about creating awareness for people to learn how to live their lives to the fullest without any limitation caused by lack of finances or lack of time. We all know one of the major problems, like 99.9% of any average Nigerian right now, is finances. So in order to reduce this burden to a large extent, that was why Project Activate was bettered. Now, I tell people, you cannot leave everything to the government. If some of us don't stand up and take the bull by its horn, a lot of people are going to die broke, because the government literally cannot solve the problem of the whole country. So this is why we have to take it upon ourselves to drive Project Activate, such that a lot of people can get to that level where they can also help many other people to rise. Am I communicating? The project is on a mission to create financially independent and financially free individuals who have been doing so much but earning little. Now, you will all agree with me that most of these civil servants are doing so much but they are earning little. They are doing so much, but they are earning little. And this is one of the major reasons why I would advise everybody, with both your enemies, your friends, your relatives, make sure that they know and allow them to be the one to say no to the Project Activate. Allow them to be the one to say no to Project Activate. Don't assume that they don't like. No, at this point, they have to know. Let them be the one to say no, so that at the end of the day, when the result begins to make more sense, they will not throw the finger of blame at you that you did not tell them when it started. So play your part by making sure every of your loved ones are aware. Now, awareness is different from them taking advantage of the opportunity. Fulfill your own responsibility by making sure that they are what? They are aware. So the project is on a mission to create financially independent and financially free individuals who have been doing so much but earning little. It is as well an avenue to restore, like I said, the major reason why it was bettered, it was to restore the hope of unemployed and underemployed. Now, let me explain, because quite a number of us might not understand this. Now, there's difference between you being unemployed and underemployed. Now, when you are unemployed, that means you don't have anything doing at all that fetches you money. And when you are underemployed, it means what you are doing, you are more than qualified for it, but you are being underpaid. So let's say that particular job you're doing, you're supposed to be getting nothing less than, let's say, 600,000 naira, but they are paying you 150K. You are underemployed. Yeah, it might be a little bit better than someone who is not, somebody who is unemployed, but in the true sense, yours is even more worse, because now you are delivering at a level where you should be paid 600,000 naira, but here you are collecting 150,000 naira because you don't have options. So that means you are underemployed and not really employed, as it were, quote and unquote. And it is also targeted towards selected persons getting to a level where they can truly say their life has been fully activated. What does that mean? When I say your life has been fully activated, financially, mentally, like you are awesomely wealthy. You are awesomely we can check every area of your life and everything is balanced. And if you trace it back, you realize that finances is one of the major bedrock of how you can really get your life fully activated. And this is why the Project Activated was bettered. Now, how do you get in the flow of this momentum? Now, this is for folks. Now, I'm doing this so that you can have a perfect understanding and how to actually what? Throw it to the audience out there. With a token of just 80,000 naira, your journey to making your first 20 million naira in a year is activated through the leverage system in the digital and connected economy. We have to dig down the root of how this thing can be possible for a lot of people. We understand that everybody cannot do 3 accounts. Everybody cannot do 7, 15, 31. But our major focus is at least they should be able to go all the way. They should be able to make the sacrifices needed to get 80,000 naira to get themselves started on a journey to making their first 20. Anybody who is not seeing this as something they can go all the way for is not ready to take themselves out of poverty. Because really, like I tell people, if we get to a point where we begin to treat our level of finances with some level of emergencies, a lot of things will change. Just like the same way we treat our health. Let's say your beloved mom or your beloved, God forbid, your enemy's mom is in the hospital now, and they said in the next 30 minutes they need you to provide 5.2 million naira. Even if you don't have a dime in your account, you will never give excuse. What will you do? You will declare emergency. You start running helter skelter just to what? Get the 5.2, because you don't want that person to die. But here you are, your finances is at the bridge between putting you inside the gutter like this, and you are not applying some level of pressure. You are not introducing some level of emergency to get you out of it. And this is one of the major reasons why a lot of Nigerians are very poor. They don't see it as a very urgent thing to attend to. That is why they postpone matters that has to do with their financial advancement. Anybody who is hungry enough to change their finances will never joke with opportunities that can make it better. So that was why we had to zero it down to the minimum amount that anybody can actually connect with. This is what I call the entry point. Now, the main wealth portal is 70 and the 10 is for materials, books that they are going to be reading. So cumulatively sums up to 80,000 naira. And boom, they are on their journey to also to qualify to be one of the first set of people that will make 20 million naira. And how do we intend achieving this? Please pay close attention. Now, if you have been in the industry for quite some time, you would agree with me that we have many hunters than farmers. I've said this in quite a couple of our sections before, training sections before. We have more hunters than farmers because everybody just wants to make money. They really don't care about helping people. And the major game changer of this business lies in your ability to be selfless. Once you are not selfless, you will not make so much with this business. That is just the truth. You have to be selfless. Some people are just particular, let me just connect 100 people and make 2 million. Let me just connect 150 people and just make my 5 million. No. The people that you are connecting, are you really particular about helping them, or you are just using them as a stepping stone to climb higher? Because the real beauty of this business lies in your ability to help people. Your ability to help as many people as possible to rise. That is where the major game changer is. So once you introduce the farmer's mindset into this, then you are welcome to unlimited possibilities. Now, what do I mean by a farmer's mentality? Somebody who understands that when you plant a seed, there is a time to water that seed. There is a time to watch it grow, nurture it before it now gives you the fruit. That's exactly what we are doing here. Now, a lot of people connect people and don't actually nurture them to grow. You connect this person today, once you hit the connector bonus, you move to the next person and you keep going. You are not paying attention to how they can also get to a point where they can independently run this business with or without your active involvement. And it is actually better for you that way. Because now imagine you have 10 people that can successfully run this business in your absence, and they are in your team. You will forever be cashing out passively with or without you doing anything. Whatever it is that you do will now be an addition. And this is exactly why Project Activators was bettered. So all you need to do is connect two persons within a month, work with the two of them by making sure they activate by doing their own two for order to stay active. I'm going to explain. Just follow me closely tonight. Simply connect two persons within a month. That's as an activator. What makes you an activator is your ability to get two people on board. Either one account, three accounts, 7, 15, 31 word portal. What matters is get them on board. And once you get them on board, they are your big time fan. They are your big time lover. Like, be laser focused on making before you take any other step. Ensure that they have grown. Now, what do I mean by that? This is December. We are entering January. I'm sure quite a number of us are. We have a quite, I think, minimum 2 of our persons balancing their payment by the end of the month. Once they do that, boom. Now, I'm not saying you should not prospect. I'm not saying you should not talk to other people about Project Activate. But once you end the first 2 people, please, let's listen. Listen to me tonight, please. The first 2 people you connect between now and the 1st of January are your soldiers. Anybody that comes after can wait. But those first 2 people, those are your main soldiers. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, when you connect those first 2 people, boom, between now and 1st of January, once they are the first set of people that are paid, before you leave them, ensure that they have understood the business like you, they can teach and duplicate like you, and they can literally function in your absence. Until these three things is done, don't leave them for another prospect to connect to. Don't now. You can be having other people join in whatever. Our training and everything will help them, but your major focus should be on the first two people that joins you between now and the beginning of January. Am I making sense? Is it clear? Let me get a feedback in the chat box. I want to be sure we are communicating and we are getting my point. Anybody you activate, anybody you begin the project activate with between now and 1st of January, those are your soldiers. Those are your armies. You are not permitted to leave them until they have grown. And it is expected that you spend your next 90 days, that's January, February, and March with them. So everything they need to know about the project activate, about how to grow it, everything they need to know, make sure you deposit it on their inside. And that is why it is preferable that you become very intentional about these two. Make sure they are the set of people who are ready to drive. We are not looking for multitude. We are looking for people that can grow. So you should be smart enough as a leader to pick two people out of the numerous people that you have been showing this whatever at the end of the day, because they are ready to sign up. Pick two out of them and begin to build with them. That's why I said work with two people you connected by you to also activate by connecting their own two. And it is the process of you teaching them, helping them grow. That is how they can connect their own too. And boom, immediately they connect, you help them connect their own too. Now teach them how to teach those people. And once that is done, which is expected that in the next 90 days, January, February, March, you should have done that so that you can move to the next two and ensure that everybody is what? They don't need to do multitude. Just make sure that once you flow in, activate. Flow in, activate. And I'm going to get to the bigger picture so that you can understand better. Teach your two to stay active by working with their two to activate. Do you get it now? Teach your two, your first two, to stay active by working with their two to get activated. So now, this is how you maximize the project activate. So this is it. Please follow me closely. Now, it is very important that you hear what I am saying, not what I did not say. Hear what I am saying and not what I did not say. So please pay close attention. Now, if you observe, so far so good, since you've been doing the business, you've been more particular about the connector bonus. True or true? And that's exactly why you have not been able to grow leaders that can perpetuate the consistency in your absence, if you notice. But if you paid attention to the passive side of the business, you will understand that it is more about how well you can actually build your way into pacifying it than how much you can make via connector bonus. If all you would do, literally, is to connect your first two and not connect anybody again, but ensure that your first two keep moving, you will be made by the end of the year 2025. And this is it. So now, see that week as month. So January, you started with two. Now, forget the connector bonus now. Let's focus on the matching bonus. Just the matching bonus. So by January, boom, between now and 1st of January, you got your first two. They got started. And as you are bringing them in, make them understand that it is a chain, that all they just need to do is to actually do what? Activate by producing their next two. And that is all. That is all. Their next two is now what you are going to teach them on how to what, teach them so that they can continue. So month one, you play your part. You bring your first two on board. You make 7,000, right? Good. Now, for the purpose of this scenario, we are going to be using you as a case in point. So that's you. Month one, January. Now, immediately they come on board. Boom. Before January ends, by February, your assignment is to stay with them. their contact recommendation, questionnaires, flyers, because we are going to be having a summit back to back from January to December, back to back to back to back. So once God has helped you and you have gotten your first two, that is all you need. You don't need 3 billion. That is all you need. All you just have to ensure that they are ready to stay with you and build with you, and that is all. Once they come on board, boom, bring them into the train and let them ride. Plug them into the YouTube channel. Let them take the quick start guide, all the trainings on. We are going to be having a lot of trainings on the YouTube channel so that everybody is left with no excuse as to what they need to know that they don't know. So that's why you, as a leader, also need to take it upon yourself to have watched all those training videos, because you are going to definitely have to retrain them with it. They need to hear it from you too. The same way you are hearing it from me now is the same way they need to hear it from you. So month one, boom, once they come on board, sit with them. Maybe the first person is good to go with contact recommendation. Drive with that person. The second person said he wants to use questionnaire. Drive. Just make sure that you have explained everything that they need to know about the business to them and allow them to choose the vehicle they want to use to drive their own business. They make them understand that all they just need to do is to get their next generation. That's it for February. So once they get their next generation for February, you will now teach them how to teach. Now you are now their leader. You will now teach them how to teach their second generation, which happens to be your own third generation. Immediately they do that, boom, you are good to go. So what you now need to do is to strengthen the bond. Once you enter month 2, month 3, you need to strengthen the bond by making sure day in, day out, you guys are connecting. Talking about ways, strategies on how to keep the flow going. The only assignment every connector has in Project Activate in the Zillionaire Network is to ensure the two people you started with never runs dry. They never run short of growth. So whatever it is that you need to do, and just in case at any point in time, one of them runs out of whatever, that is where you now come in as a leader. You keep connecting. So make sure you fill in the gap. You are actually on the goal not to make this money alone. You want to achieve this with a lot of people. And your primary goal is to make sure that from January to December, there is no month that you guys did not produce. So we are going to actually we are going to disseminate the whatever. We are going to split into teams. We are going to have a name for each team. And that's going to be our next whatever, our next training. People, you belong to a particular team, so that immediately you guys begin to grow, you guys are going to be each other's accountability partner. I'm going to get there. So don't let me, for the purpose of time, don't let me run ahead of myself. So the goal is to make sure that your team is ever growing. Like I said, you don't need what? You don't need multitude. With that too, you will produce 8,190 people if you become very intentional about ensuring your two pipe does not run dry month in, month out. And this is highly achievable. Highly achievable. January, boom. Push January people to do their own in February. Push February people to do their own in March. March people do April, May, and like that consistently. You will be amazed at how that 7,000 will turn to 14, 28, 56, 112, and before you know it, you are ending 2025 with that. Now that is you on top. You are ending it with 28,665,000. Now, is that not better than you just connecting people scatter, scatter? You are not growing them, you are not training them. The following year again, you grow new set of people. It's more like a job already. It's no longer a network marketing system. What makes it a network marketing system is your ability to grow leaders that can grow the team with or without your presence, that now understand the vision. And that is why we are paying less attention to the connector bonus. We are paying more attention to the matching bonus. Am I communicating? Am I making sense? Is this doable? Yes, it is. And what anybody can do this. All it takes to get started is just 80,000 and your ability to be open-minded and teachable. That's it. That's it. That's it. So now, so let's assume, because we are in business, we also need to also bring what's it called, worst case scenario into the picture. Now, so let's say now the 100% success rate is 28.6 million naira. So let's say you failed into 50%. You will still end 2025 with 14 million, over 14 million naira in your account. So let's say you failed more woefully, 20% success rate. As you can see, you will still fail into 5.7 million naira. And let's now say you failed, or you so failed, 10% success rate. You will still end up with 2.8 million naira. Now, that's the like you failed. Now, when it's 10%, it's 10% of the activity that you are running January, February, March. So let's say cumulative whatever was 10%. You will still make over 2 million at the end of the year, aside whatever it is that you are doing. And that is if you fail 10%, which I believe that for people that are going with this vision headlong, nobody can make 2 million. You should be, if at all you fail at all, you should not fail lesser than 50%. That you fail. It should not be less than 50%. That's 50% of success rate. That's over 14 million naira, which is super cool. Super cool. Super cool. So now, this is where the explanation is. So you will understand it better here. So pay attention. So the first level is activator. Now, what do I mean by what makes you an activator is you activating your portal by fresh new business partners. Your first 2 people. Once you get them on board January 1, boom, you can even get them on board before the end of the year and start running with them in January and overtake the system. But we are working with a 12-month scenario here. So what you need to do is between now and January 1, get your first 2 on board. That's what makes you. And week in, week out, we are going to be celebrating the latest activators. Get ready. It's going to be fun. As we are making money, we are also going to be enjoying. Like, it's going to be interesting, fascinating. I mean, you will love it. You will love it. It's not going to be boring at all. You will look forward to every weekend because we are going to be celebrating activators month in, month out, and people that have consistently maintained their momentum over the month. January, boom. February, checked. March, checked. April, checked. Like that. Aha. So we are going to, celebration will be coming in, month out, to jeer and motivate. We're going to be motivating each other onto good works. So the first level is to get your first 2. So that makes you an activator. Now, the next stage is active activator. Now, what makes you an active activator is when your first 2 do their own 2. Work with your 2 people connected by you to also activate by connecting their own 2 in order for you to stay active. So that's what makes you an active activator. That's what makes you an active activator. Now, after you have sustained that, then you move. It's a momentum. All year, all month round in 2025, you must have this basic understanding as you move. Once you have this basic understanding, you will keep going. You will keep going. The third phase is active activator maintained. Now, what does that mean? Is you will now teach your first generation, which is your first 2, to stay active by working with their 2 to keep that what's it called? To keep the activation going. Teach your first 2 to stay active by working with their 2 to activate. Am I communicating? You will now teach your 2 to stay active by working with their 2 to activate. Then the last one is activator influencer. Activator influencer. So this is where you now get to a stage where your whatever is now on a continuous mode. It's now flowing. It's beginning to flow as a result of the momentum you were able to build from the first, second, and third level. Automatically, you enter the fourth level. So as a result of the high momentum you've created, month in, month out, you will keep having sign-ups. Connection will begin to flow. All you just need to do is to get the first 3 right. The fourth one is by default. You will enter that fourth one by default when you can move from an activator to an active activator and to active activator maintained. Am I communicating? Is it clear? Is it clear? Give me feedbacks in the chat box. Is it clear? You start by becoming an activator, getting your first two business partners on board. Then you move to become an active activator by ensuring that your two do their own two. Then you proceed to becoming active activator maintained by ensuring that your two stay active by working with their own two. Then the last one becomes almost by default, automatic. You enter the influencing where people in your team begins to duplicate consistently. So that is where you will now master team building, and you keep to go. You keep continuing and you keep growing. Now this is it. So from activator to active activator, then to active activator maintained, then to active activator influencer. Just like I said, an activator is you starting with boom, activating by bringing your first two business fresh. I'm not talking about people that are there already. Those guys are sleeping. They are sleeping already. So we are talking about fresh bloods, people that are going to drive with the vision with all fire, the fire in them. Those are the people I'm talking about. The people that are going to drive with all the fire in them. Those are the kind of people I'm talking about. So once you get the first two activator, active activator, you now work with your first two to get their own. Then active activator maintain. You will now teach your two to stay active by working with their own two to keep the activation going. Then active activator influencer becomes almost automatic. Almost automatic. Almost automatic. Am I making sense? Good. So now let's talk about activator. This is where you get a better picture of all I've been saying. Just like I said, what makes you an activator in the Project Activate is by getting your two first fresh business partners. Once that is done, you have become, and you're going to be celebrated. There's going to be a flyer design that will be rolling in, month out. Congratulations on being an activator. Your picture, your name, all of those things are going to be in place. So you become an activator. So what do? You move to the next by working with them to become an active activator. Now, what do we mean by active activator? You are now an active activator because your first two business partners have activated. Is it making more sense now? Do you get it now? You started by activating your first two, which made you the activator. Now, you are going to proceed to become an active activator by turning your first two business partner to activators. That's what turns you to an active activator. Am I making sense? That's what turns you as the leader in that team to an active activator. Then once this is done, you proceed to the third level. Active activator maintained. Now, what makes you scratch this level? What makes you come into this position is your people are now activating. Now, let me go back because I need you to get it. You started by what? Being an activator, by getting your first two business partners on board. You proceeded by activating your activators. That's what turns you to an active activator. Then you now proceed to becoming an active activator maintained. What makes you maintain it is now your activators are now begin to activate others. That's what now makes you active activator maintained. When your when your activators are beginning to activate others. So what now turns you to active activator influencer is when you now live in a perpetual mode of consistent activation, which is almost without your active, like at that level, all you are just doing is to team bond them, train them on a particular way to go about what they are doing because you want them to increase their output. But at this level, you are already generating activation consistently month in, month out. So what you are going to be doing here now is to train them more build them more to increase their output of activation. You know, it's 2 2 2 2 2. So once you get here, you will now infuse more training to turn it to, instead of them doing 2 2 2, they can begin to do 4 4 4. So this expands your network exponentially. Can you see that this thing is actually not hard? We are the one that when I got this too, I'm like, oh boy, this is it. This is it. With this, you can build. Don't accept you are the one limiting yourself. You can end 2025 with nothing less than 5,000 people in your team. Don't let anybody lie to you. It is very, very possible. Very possible. You just need to be intentional about the first two people that you activated with. Once you get it right with the first two people, you are good. And that's why you need to take your time. Take your time. Make sure the first two people you are beginning with are not people who are coming to play. They are people who are ready to, like, they are hungry for success. They are very, very hungry for success. Now, look at it. And that's why you need to make sure, this is what I mean by when I said you need to make sure that your first two people are soldiers. Because they are going to be the next set of people that are going to be making a lot after you. Now, see, over there you are making 57.2. Okay, now this is a 3 well spotter scenario, rather. So you can imagine, for people using 3. Now, look at it. Combine all those amounts together, you are making over 100 million already. So this is why I tell people doing one. One is okay, is a good place to start. Is a good place to start. But it's like you taking a small cup of water to an ocean. You will get filled quick. But when you take, some people are carrying tank, 31 well potter, 15, 7. And many times, stop telling yourself that lie that you don't have the money. You are not just determined and hungry enough. I've heard stories of people who did not have a dime, but they saw this business and they went ahead and borrowed, go for 7, 15, 31. Why? Because they wanted to get out of that lack faster. So don't tell yourself that lie that you don't have money. You are not just desperate. Yeah, I think that's the word. Desperate enough to change your financial situation. When you get to that point, you will be the last person to even give excuses. That's over 100 million naira. If you run the project, activate very well, you will not be making 20 something. And if you fail into, okay, don't let me run ahead of myself. Watch it yourself. Now, this is for those that are using 3 wealth portal. Okay, this is one. I explained one already. So this is for people that are using 3. Now, look at your 50% success rate. Look at your 50% success rate. Over 50 million naira. Over 50 million naira. 50% success rate. Oh, aha. For those using 7, take a look at it. Over 170 million. Now people be like, is this possible? It is possible. You are the one. Go and address that your mind that is finding it difficult to actually believe that these big figures can be sitting pretty in your bank account. People that have this kind of money in their account, have you asked yourself, do they have 2 heads? Do they have 2 heads? They don't. As a matter of fact, this is the kind of money some of them are even using to buy a car. So start thinking big. I think that's what, start thinking big. Now imagine you going for 7 wealth portals and you ended up failing into 50% and you are looking at this in your account. How will you feel? Imagine this. See, for some of you tonight, I need you to do something to yourself. After this Zoom call, write the kind of amount you want Project Activate to give you. Write it out and put it somewhere you can be seeing it every day. This is an assignment. Go ahead and write that amount that you want, this momentum that we are about to create in 2025, that you want it to bet in your account. Write it somewhere you can be seeing it every day and believe that it is possible and work towards it. When they come for training, show up. When they do this, do that, do this, make sure you are doing everything that is needed to make sure you are maximizing the project. And watch out if you will not achieve that financial goal. Watch out if you will not achieve that. Now, imagine 10%, so you are still failing into over 30 million at 10% success. So let's say, okay, you fail. Oh, during the activity, you are not able to catch up. You fail into 10%. You are failing into over 30 million naira in a year that some people will spend the next 10 years to make. You will make it in 2025. And for quite a number of us here, we have not even made this. Quite a number of us here have not made this. More of the reasons why you need to be very hungry. You are not the one to be giving excuses for anything that has to do with you maximizing Project Activate. Now, I'm not going to say this figure myself. No, just take a look at your screen. Take a good look at your screen. Look at the 100% earning. Look at it. Very close to 1 billion already. And some people are somewhere complaining they don't have money. Nigeria is hard. Look at what 100% earnings would give if you go for 15. That's few hundreds of millions from 1 billion naira in a year. See, you need to start convincing yourself that this thing is possible. Because the people that are making this kind of money, they don't have two heads. They don't have two heads. They don't have two heads. If it's possible for them, it's possible for you. I've had people make over 5 billion with this same opportunity. So what are we saying? 5 billion with this same thing. So what are we saying? So you have to choose. Do you want to follow the naysayers or the possibility makers? You choose. So once you are seeing this figure and your mind is fighting it, that means you still have a lot of work to do on that your mind. Let me just tell you now. As you are looking at that figure on your screen, if your mind is saying, hey, oh, is it possible? How can I make this in a now? Once your mind is doing that, see, go back and format every, and that was why I took some of us to the showroom that day. I needed to push every form of small thinking out of our mind that day. That was how I took us there. For those that went there, you discover that the least amount of car that they were selling there was 80 million naira. That was the least amount. That was the least amount. The rest, 150, 200, 450. There was one, 530. Just one car, 530 million naira. I needed to take us to that environment because that way it will break that form of small thinking in your mind. And I'm sure it really did help everybody that followed me that day. Everybody that followed me that day felt it. Yes, the least one was 80 million naira. So that tells you that. Now tell me, how long can a salary earner work for to even afford that 80 million naira home? How long? For how long? Talk less of the 250 million naira home, 530 million naira home. And here they are showing you the possibilities with what we are doing here. Your mind is even fighting it. That's even where your major problem is. Now, I need you to screenshot this so that you can always use it to remind yourself every day in this project. Once you are about feeling down, this should be your mantra. This, I had to put this together. It took me you don't want to know the sleepless night I spent in putting all of this together. You don't want to know. So screenshot this. This is going to be our mantra for 2025. So whenever you are feeling down or you are feeling demotivated or as a result of the so much no's you get, once you get to that level and you are beginning to losing back, boom, pick this up and read it aloud to yourself. It will jack you back up ASAP. So let me read it out. The brick walls are there for a reason. The brick walls are not there to keep us out. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want it. The brick walls are there to stop the people who don't want it badly enough. They are there to stop other people and not you. So however the case is, you will now you determine where you want to belong. Do you want to be part of the people the brick walls is stopping, or you want to be part of the people the brick walls made as a result of the brick wall, you develop a different kind of hunger and you broke through. So you choose the side you want to belong. So the brick wall, read it to yourself. The brick walls is not there, the brick walls are there for a reason. The brick walls are not there to keep me out. So personalize it. The brick wall are not there to keep me out. The brick walls are there to give me a chance to show how badly I want it, because I want it badly this time. One of the people I listen to, it goes like, until you want success as bad as you want to breathe, you will never be successful. Until you want it as bad as you want to breathe, you will never be successful. So that right there is our mantra. So any day, anytime you are feeling down, remind yourself that the brick walls are there to actually show you how tenacious, how dogged, and how unstoppable you can be. Remind yourself with that mantra. Now, see, this is where the game changer is. If a lot of people understand the power of residual income, they will break through the walls, they will break through the brick walls to get it. If you understand the power of residual income, the money that you are not working for that is flowing in on a daily, as a result of the system you have built, you will do everything this 2025 with what I just showed us now. You will do everything to get it, because once you can run Project Activate successfully, even if you fail at 50 or 70% success rate, best believe your 2026 will wow you, because you'll be making a lot of money that you did not work for as a result of the system that Project Activate has helped you build in 2025. And that's why it's a 2-year project, to ensure that by the end of 2026, we can boldly boast of 500 people that are solidly making millions every month. Every month. Every month. Every month. It's possible. It's possible. Tell yourself it's possible. Tell yourself it's possible. It's possible. Now, how do you maximize and win Project Activate? How do you maximize Project Activate? See, this one is not for people that are doing, you cannot do Jelenke here. It's either go hard or go hard. There's not even go hard or go home here. It's either go hard or you go hard. No other option. Go hard or go hard this time around, because once you are trying to break a brick wall, you don't approach it with some level of calmness. You become tenacious, dogged. Like your level of hunger, you are very voracious. Your appetite is voracious. That is what it takes to break even with Project Activate. You have to be extremely voracious. You are you can't afford to give excuses here. We don't once we have even started. The Project Activate app, we have launched it tonight and it has started. So no excuses. It's either you go hard or you go hard. So the first one is home and office business launch. Now we are going to be treating this based on the kind of prospect or business partners you have, because we understand that there are some that really work for some people, and now for some people, home office business launch works for them. For some people, it's third-party recommendation. For some people, it's questionnaires. For some people, it's radio jingle. Depending on the one that you want the system of Project Activated to use for you, we are going to sit down. Immediately you flow in. Immediately you flow your first 2 people in. I'm going to do justice to all of this so that you understand how to use it for your business partners as they begin to flow in, because different people, different approaches. Different people, that was why I said we'll go at we are going. Okay, so let me just do this openly now. Justina Ode Emmanuel is going to be our financial secretary for Project Activate. Let's give her a round of applause in the chat box. Let's celebrate her. So she's going to be our financial secretary for Project Activate. So for each and everybody that is going to be actively engaging Project Activate, you have no option than to get this shirt. No, this is just a prototype. This is not how it's going to look like. But I'm just trying to help our mind that this expect something like this. Expect something like this. So we are going to make you get ready. The noise about Project Activate is going to be very, very loud because we are going to partner with every strategic person we can partner with to fuel Project Activate. So if you are not maximizing Project Activate, then you are the one doing yourself. Nobody is doing you. You are the one doing yourself. So have it at the back of your mind. If you have to save up for it, save up for it. And if you have it already, you can send it. She's going to communicate the details on the group. I want to believe everybody is on the group. Yeah. So she's going to communicate the price, then the color. So we've agreed on white and navy blue. So if you want to belong to team white, indicate, and if you want to belong to navy blue, indicate. That is the Zillionaire Networks brand color. We are still working on. We are rebranding in 2025 as well. So expect quite a number of changes from us as we transition into 2025. So this is going to be another advertising tool. So whenever you wear this, like carry this project on your head like a color. Carry it on your head like sem, carry it like biscuit, like let people know everybody around you should know that there is a project called Project Activate. If some of the people around you don't know about this project, then it means you have not made enough noise about it. Allow them to say no, allow them to say whatever it is they want to say. Make sure, like, let every nook and cranny of everywhere you go to know that there's what is happening, and it is called Project Activate. It is targeted towards helping people make more. It is targeted towards helping people that are tired of making little come into more. It is targeted towards, okay, white and touch of red. We are doing white and touch of blue. This is just more like a visual representation of what it's going to look like. So as you are going, wherever it is that you are, so for some people you might have to buy two, depending on your whatever. But just make sure every week, week in, week out, you are wearing this shirt. You can put a suit on it. You can put, but just make sure that you are on it. Most especially when you are going out to project the summit that we're going to be having month in, month out, because we are going to be having whatever. So whenever we are out like that to project whatever, everybody is expected to be on this shirt. So if you are doing I don't want people, then this circle is not for you. This circle is not for people who are no, me, I cannot do this, I cannot be that. So please, if you are that kind of person and you don't have 100 million in your account, then something is wrong with you. I'm sorry to say. I'm not even sorry to say. If you don't have 100 million in your account and you are the one still picky, you are picky about what I don't want people to know I'm doing. Please, what you are doing, can it make you the kind of money this business will make you? What you are doing. Like, can you get to a level where you sit down for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years and be get like money will literally be flowing into your account without you doing anything? So it's worth the fight. Everything we need to do is worth it. And that's why if you will not go all the way for this, whatever, I'm sorry, you will not be able to drive with us. Now, the things that we serve as make you not to finish this challenge, because it is a challenge. It's not going to be comfortable. Let me start telling you now. It is not going to be comfortable. But is it going to be worth it? Absolutely yes. Will it be comfortable? Definitely no. Because comfort and growth does not coexist. You have to choose one. If it's comfort you want, go for comfort. And if it's growth you want, you have to leave comfort. So things that will make you not to finish this challenge, number one is scarcity mentality. Like I said, once you are looking at those hundreds of millions I projected earlier as something that is too big, then you have a problem. You need to go and fix it. It's called scarcity mentality. You cannot be listening to me right now and be the one having the scarcity mentality. It's not going to work. It's going to affect the challenge for you. Yes, comfort and growth are not brothers and sisters. They are not at all. Scarcity mentality. Then number two, no accountability partner. Like I said, we are going to be dividing each other into groups where you'll be accountable to someone as you are ticking. Excuse me. As you tick January, boom. Once you get your first two, boom, you tick and you report to your accountability partner. I'm good to go for January. You enter February, your accountability partner must be aware of your progress. They must hold you accountable. What's happening here? Why are you not doing this? and you can't afford whoever you are. Once you become an accountability partner to someone, you can't be sentimental. You can't be sentimental. As a result of that, to that end, there's going to be a fine attached to it so that everybody will take it serious. Like I said, see, this challenge will not even give room for any excuses, no matter how valid they are. No matter how valid they are, we are in that era of no excuses. No excuses. Except that figure you saw is not what you want. But if that's what you want, you are the last, you cannot give excuses. The next 12 months in 2025, you cannot give excuses. The fourth one is lack of consistency. You cannot have ticked January, February, and run code in March, run code in April, and pick up. No, it's not going to happen. Your consistency must be checked. January, boom. February, March, like month in, month out, is back to back to back to back. Then the fifth one is wrong mindset. Like I said, in fact, once you have a wrong mindset, you have even killed every possibility what we're about to do can do for you. You have killed it completely. So you can't be here and be the one having a wrong mindset. You are not going to journey, you will not be able to journey with us to where we are going, because where we are going is very far and it has a lot of gold to be digged. So you cannot be on this journey with us with a wrong mindset. Now, what keeps you going? Talk to your upline daily concerning the challenge to draw inspiration. Because, see, there are going to be days where you feel tired. That's the truth. Because the activities as a result of the maybe you got too many no's, maybe you were not able to give. So you are tempted to feel in a way, but once you can talk to your upline, like not weekly, daily, every day, you must be in touch with your accountability partner in this case. So once, okay, please, I'm good. How do I do this? It looks like I'm beginning to feel. Hey, so if you need somebody to jack you up, open up so that we can jack you back up. Second one, come to the office to draw inspiration. Now, for folks in Abuja, you can always once you show up in the office, you cannot go back the same way. That one, you know that one already. That you cannot come to the office and go back the same. You cannot come to the office and go back the same. And for folks in diaspora, we're working on something major to make sure that you guys are also having that feel of office. And yes, we are going to be having our office in some states in the coming year. Watch out, watch out, watch out, and keep us in your prayers. Now, the third one, reward yourself. So this is what I mean by reward yourself. When you hit, make up your mind that, okay, let's say once you hit the January goal, boom, Project Activate January goal. Once you hit it by getting your first two, boom, reward yourself with something, no matter how small. Just commit to rewarding yourself for achieving that goal month in, month out. It keeps you motivated, it keeps you inspired, and month in, month out, increase the reward. So let's say, let me use a price for instance now. So let's say in January, boom, you got your first two connectors, boom. So you can reward yourself with, let's say, 5,000 for instance, maybe ice cream or something. So February, remember that it gets harder as you climb. So February, once you hit February, you can times two it. Reward yourself with something like 10,000 naira worth of something. March, you can times two it like that. So it keeps you going by default, unconsciously, by rewarding yourself as you climb the ladder, month in, month out. And yes, I already said this, accountability partner. Don't worry, we are going to do, there's going to be a meeting for that where you have an account, you will know your accountability partner, and we'll connect you guys together here on the call and what is expected of each accountability partner to do. There's going to be a section on that. Have a strong why and read it every single day. See, once you don't have a strong why, you will not be able to follow us to our destination, where we are going. The journey of ending 2026 with 500 multi-millionaires, you will not be able to get there once your why is not strong, because there are going to be days where you will feel so down, so demotivated. Something will happen that will affect your morale. So if your why is not strong, you will fall out on our way to the destination. You will fall out. So connect, go and write. So why do you want to run Project Activate? Why do you want to run Project Activate? What is that financial goal you are attaching to it? So have a strong why. It will keep you going. Then personal development. See, this time around, I'm going to be on everybody's neck. You cannot even be running Project Activate and not you cannot be running Project Activate and not be reading. So I'm coming. Now, you cannot be running Project Activate and not be reading. I gifted some of us listening to me right now, so, and it's intentional because I want you to cultivate that habit of reading. I want you to cultivate that habit of reading because it is what you take in that determines what comes out of you. You cannot want to, I mean, an average person running Project Activate will end up with nothing less than 2,000 people in their team. You cannot lead 2,000 people with an empty head. You must be solid. The me talking, I can lead everybody listening to me right now like this because I am always upgrading myself. And to be very frank with you, it has nothing to do with your age. You can be 10 years old and be leading somebody of 40 years old. Very possible. So don't see yourself like I'm the youngest person here. No, we don't do age here. We do capacity, capability, responsibility, what you can carry. That is what we are doing here. We are big, very big on that here. So, but we are going to intensify on personal development in 2025. So get ready. It's going to be uncomfortable for people that are not used to it. So get ready. I'm preparing our mind right now so that when it gets to that level, you will not say you were not told. So get ready. And it will come with fines once you don't do a particular page or numbers of book per day. You are going to pay for it. A fine will be attached to it. That's how intentional we are going to be this time around. Yes, I mean, having the right mindset is not an option, it's a must. Now, the road trip is paved with toll roads. Now, successful fast lane travelers are warriors. I already said this. See, you must develop a mentality of a soldier on this journey. What you need, the kind of mentality you need where Project Activate is concerned in 2025 is the mentality of a warrior, of a soldier. Because toll roads pave the road to wealth, and that toll can't be paid on easy street. You will never find it on street. Toll roads paved the road to wealth, and that toll can't be paid on easy street. For some of us, this is good news because the toll weeds out the weak and escort them to the land of the normal. And that's why I said this project is actually going to reveal the Chingom people here. It's going to differentiate the chicken from the eagles. We are going to know the eagles and we're going to know the chickens. We are going to know the eagles and we're going to know the chickens. So if you resist the toll, wealth will resist you. So you have to embrace the tolls and do it regardless if wealth is something you want to achieve. So are we ready? Let me see some level of excitement in the chat box. Let me see I am ready in the chat box. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Let me see some energy in the chat box. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Yes, I'm loving the energy. Are we ready? We are not just destroying property, we are burying it like for life. It will never come back. It is not coming back again. Again. So now, as we round up and call it a night, it is expected that you understand every success starts with until you get started, you will never know how far you can go. Every decision starts with the decision to what? Get started. Now, let's get back to it. So for folks that are just joining late, the best thing you can do to yourself right now is to catch up with it on YouTube. Catch up once you know you came to this Zoom section late, go and catch up, because once you don't catch up with it on YouTube, you will not understand. It's brick upon brick. So once you miss out, once you know that you logged in late, just watch out for the YouTube channel and go and watch it from the beginning till the end again, so that you have a proper understanding of the journey that we are about, that has started already. Now, success is the sum of small effort repeated day in, day out. And that's why consistency is important. That is why consistency is what is important. You don't succeed because you are destined to. You succeed because you are determined. You don't succeed because you are destined to succeed. You succeed because you are determined to be successful. Now, nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending. You can make a new ending. You can make a new ending, and you must get to that point where you find a place inside yourself where nothing is. This is the best time to actually develop this kind of mindset. You must find that place inside yourself where nothing, literally nothing, is impossible. And there is no other way to find out whether or not you will be successful other than just doing it. If you don't do it, how will you know you'll be successful or not? Your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. Your future is created by what you do today and not tomorrow. Your future is created by what you do today and not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Now, action is the bridge between you and your dreams. It is on this note we come to the end of the launch of Project Activate. Can I get some energy in the chat box? Was it clear? Did you get it? Please, if you don't get it, make sure you go back to the YouTube channel to go and catch up with it, because I'm going to upload, I'm going to try as much as possible to make sure it enters the YouTube channel tonight. So the best thing you can do, in fact, whether you start from the beginning or you join in the middle, it is a must watch. You must daily, like if possible, watch it daily, so that your brain, your entire faculty can resonate with the energy we are bringing to the table where Project Activate is concerned. My goal personally for everybody running Project Activate is to make sure that you did not make at all, because I don't think there's anybody here using one word portal. Let me check. There's nobody here using one. Nobody. I don't want to believe that there's anybody listening to me right now that's using one account. So the minimum that anybody here should be making by the end of 2025 should be 20 million. Like worst case scenario at the end of the day. So just know that once you fall below that income gap, you are a chicken. Once you fall below that income gap of 20 million naira, just know you are a chicken. Because we are going to be driving everybody, except you tell us that you are not ready to follow us, but that you are on this journey. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice that will end 2025 on at least couple of millions, which is like minimum. That's actually on the blueprint that I have with me here. Every, like, now I'm not talking about the new connectors. I'm talking about everybody listening to me right now. Now, and if care is not taken, do you know the beautiful thing about what we are doing? The people that are coming in after you can overtake you if you sleep. And that's one beautiful thing I love about this business. Overtaking is allowed. If you sleep, they are going to overtake you. And the fact that all you need to do is to focus on building deep and not doing too much. Immediately you sponsor your first to get on the grind and keep driving. Keep driving. Don't worry, week in, week out, you're going to be having updated informations about what to do, when to do, how to do what to do, and We ensure that everybody is on the same page. And if you have not subscribed to that YouTube channel yet, go and do that, because a lot of times you need to hear some things more than 2 times before you get it. And such kind of thing is what we are doing right now. What we are doing right. So go ahead. I'm going to drop the link immediately. What's it called? Immediately we are done tonight. I will make sure that I put it up on the YouTube channel. Now, is anybody as hungry as I am here? Like, you are as hungry as I am here. Thank you, Dr. Moses. Thank you. Thank you. Is anybody as hungry as I am here? Now, is anybody ready to make? Okay, let me see. What do you want? What do you want Project Activate to give you income wise? Let me see how hungry some people are on this Zoom call. Just type, what's your income goal for 2025 as a result of Project Activate? Engage the comment box. Engage the comment box. What is your income goal as a result of you running billions? Jesus is Lord. Are you ready to upgrade to 31 account? Are you ready to upgrade to 31 account? If you upgrade to 31 account, then of course that's possible, because on the whatever, if you go by 100% calculation, that's 917 million. Yeah, over 917 million. So let's be realistic. Aha, good. Michael, 100 million. 100 million a week. I don't get it. Now, I'm talking about year, at the end of the year, from January 1, 2025 to January 31st, December 31st, 2025. Okay, good. Mrs. Esther said 50 million. Aha. Realizable. Very, very realizable. And I think she's using 14 or 15 accounts. Aha. Good. 25 million. Aha. Now you are talking. Very, very realizable. Yeah, engage the chat box. I want to be sure I'm actually talking to 50 billion naira. Jesus is Lord. Within this 2025, I joined my faith with yours, man. Oh, wow. Wow. 45 wealth portals. Wow. Achievable. Okay, now I see it. Okay, Reverend Dr. Moses, 75 million. Achievable. 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 I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I mean, it shows how hungry everybody is. Nice, nice. This is good. This is good. Yes, I am actually with the right set of people. Now, it's easy to type all of these figures. I am open and strongly believing that when the work to do comes, you will not shy away from the work. I am strongly believing that when the work comes, you'll not be like, I can't do. I hope, because it's looking beautiful now. I mean, see people writing 30 million, 50 billion, 75 million. I love it. I love it. I love it. But when we start, which we have started, at times we'll be on this Zoom 12 a.m., 1 a.m. I hope you are ready. Back-to-back trainings like never before. Aha. And get ready. You are going to be doing this like me. You are going to be running presentations. Some people are going to be doing trainings, because by 2025, a lot of leaders are going to be rising. A lot of leaders. Most especially the people that think that they are shy. Get ready. You will be facing a lot of crowd in 2025. Yes, get ready. Yes, I like that energy. I'm ready. Get ready. Get ready. What you saw at the Windows of Wealth is a child's play for our people in Abuja. That's a child's play compared to what is going to happen in January. You are going to be surprised at that place will not contain us in January. It will not contain us in January. So please, I beseech us by the mercies of God, let us double down on this. Follow Zillionaire Network on Instagram, because content is going to be rolling in back to back to back to back. They must to hear, they must to know that there is something happening, and it is Project Activate, which is the pathway to financial freedom. It is going to bet. See, I I assure you that you are going to put a lot, you are going to put smiles on a lot of people's face as a result of becoming selfless about this project. If there's anything I would like to round up with right now, is I would want each and everyone, please be selfless. Be selfless. I personally, I am going, I can't even mention quite a number of sacrifices I have done, that I'm still going to do, that I'm still doing, to ensure that everybody is going, like everybody achieves their goal. I'm going to be partnering with some people. Some are with us in the Zillionaire Network, some are not with us, but they believe in the vision through me, because I'm going to be presenting this to them, and they're going to be partnering with us by God's grace to push and increase the momentum. To push and increase the momentum. So please, if you are listening to me right now and you know that you can, now, this, what I mean by what I'm saying now is, you can sponsor this project. Now, aside what you're going to be making, you can sponsor this project. Please reach out to me personally. If you don't have my number, find a way to, at least there was how you got to this call tonight. Find a way to get my number. I would love to read from you. The project is big. Is very, very big. We are talking about producing 500 multi-millionaires here. It's no child's play. It's no child's play, I tell you. It's not going to be easy at all. I am literally bracing up for this so much that we're going to be doing in 2025 and 2026. So please, as the Lord lead now, this is not a compulsion. That there are some people I will reach out to partner, but if God lays it in your heart to channel some resources towards this project, please do. Please do. We are going to be doing t-shirts. We are going to be doing flyers back to back. Content is going to be rolling like a lot. We are going to be spending a lot. But best believe, and I'm sure that it will be so beautiful for you too, to see how that not just you became a multi-millionaire. You are looking at 499 others comfortable in millions. That way, we can contribute to the society and our nation at large. And that was why I started by saying we can't leave everything. Government cannot employ everybody. So now imagine we are currently 14 on this Zoom call. Now imagine the 14 of us are multi-millionaires. Now, do you know a lot, the numbers of destiny that is connected to you, that if you don't make it, those destiny would end up dying. They will die a natural death. But imagine you become that multi-millionaire in your family. Not just your parents will benefit, everybody that is connected to you will feel it. So please, if not for anything in this season that we are entering, Project Activate, I need us to be selfless. And I really want to use this privilege to thank, they know themselves. I want to use this privilege to thank people that have been selfless so far. They have been behind the scene, helping me up, supporting me the best way they can. The good Lord bless you guys abundantly. Where you did not see resources coming from, it will locate you in Jesus' name. I am grateful. I'm grateful. Yeah, they are anonymous, but trust me, they have been of super help to me in the beginning of this year up until now. And I really can't wait to announce them publicly as time goes on. As time goes on. So please, like I said, this is that season where we need to be selfless. We have to be selfless. Thank you so much for joining this call. So please, it's not a maybe or maybe not. You must at least watch this training again on YouTube twice before anything. I'm going to try as much as possible that to make sure it rolls up on the YouTube channel tonight. Please, most especially people who joined late, go and watch this again. Minimum, everybody, but most especially people that joined late, go and watch it a minimum of 2 times so that you can understand the path we are on and what we are said to bet. That being said, I'll call it a night from here, and I'm sure we all got value. I look forward to seeing everybody at the top. God bless us all, and good night from here. So please, let's go ahead, hit the ground running, doing every possible best to align ourselves for Project Activate. So with what you just saw now, begin to come up with content, ideas, momentum, strategies that we can use. Reach out to me, suggest. We are open to ideas. We are open to strategies on how we can project this thing in a way that it will be generally acceptable, and we can use that medium to produce mouth-watering results. Thank you, guys. And I believe with you guys by my side, we can achieve a lot, a whole lot. So let me call it a night so that we can prepare for. Yes, please. Thank you. Check the YouTube channel. I will make sure before the end of tonight it's up, and watch it a minimum of 2 times. God bless us all. So yes, we meet again next week Sunday as we proceed in the journey of Project Activate. Yes, like I said, Tina will be our financial secretary. For folks who will be getting their Project Activate t-shirt, reach out to her. Okay, I will have a new group. Okay, good. So let's do it like this. A new group is going to be created, and it is going to be tagged Project Activate 2025. Tina, please, saddling you with that responsibility. Create that group, make me a group admin, and make sure you reach out. If you don't know, I'll find a way to connect yourself to how you got here, and make sure you are on that group so that you can have access to the latest updates from time to time. So please, Tina, create that group. Please, can you hear me? Tina, please unmute your mic and speak. I want to be sure you actually got the message. Tina.
Yes, I
okay,
got
good.
it.
Good. So immediately after this call, create that group and have everyone added. Everybody. Okay. So what you do now is just screenshot. Yeah, screenshot the attendance that's on the screen right now. So any one of them that you don't have their number, reach out to me. We'll find a way. And for people who invited their success lines into this meeting, find a way to reach out to Tina to ensure that they are on that group. Make sure you are on that group so that you will not miss out on the momentum, apart from any other group that you are on. Make sure you are on that group. Thank you. All right, so let's call it a night.
Please, those all the leaders in Abuja, please let's try and show up at the office on Saturday for the Thanksgiving. Very important.
Okay, good. Thank
Let's
you
show
for
up
the
our
reminder.
leaders.
For everybody in Abuja, there's going to be
With our leaders and
more like a
prospects.
party, get together stuff. You're going to enjoy yourself, and you stand a chance to win some stuff, right?
Yeah, you'll be raffle.
There's raffle draw, and you can go home with TV, you can go home with fridge. I think there is phone, right? Those kind of gadgets. So you
We
can
don't know the gadget yet, but there'll be raffle. That's just it.
okay,
There'll be raffle,
draw.
there'll be skill, and there'll be lots of fun.
Okay, awesome. So
Yeah.
make yourself available if you are in Abuja to enjoy this weekend.
Thank
All
you.
right. So that being said, I'll see us on the other side of greatness. God bless us all, and good night.
Amen. Good night.